Hello guys, it is another Monday today. It's been a long day. Monday is our PD days, so professional development, and we were learning how to use a new program for attendance and stuff. We used to use jump rope, and now we're using some program called IO. So we had training today. Sorry, I'm trying to put you guys down so that I could see you. That doesn't look very safe, but we're gonna hope you're gonna be okay. So I got home at 7:30. That's normally when I get home on Mondays, just because it's such a late day. I had tons of stuff to do today, and laminate and cut and everything. So today we were trying to teach, I know it's only day 3, but gotta get into that, you know, lessons. So while still reinforcing expectations. So we were doing a lesson today on factors, and noticed that a lot of our students don't know their multiplication, which makes it really hard for them to be able to do factors. And yes, even with a multiplication chart, it's like super difficult. So what I did first, well, I had to make a seating chart. So I did their seating charts with the groups that we had tested out for the past 3 days. And I got all their names cut, laminated, and everything. I think what I'm going to try to do is put these on Velcro in case I need to like move somebody around. It'll be easy to move them around. I'm just afraid that the kids are going to move their names around. And I'm going to have like the seating chart up at the same time so I could like see for myself. Make sure kids aren't moving their seats around, especially in the beginning. So I was thinking that. Let me know if that's a bad idea though, the Velcro. Normally I would like, I like having them laminated because when kids pick, like before I used to have them taped, but when kids pick at the tape, at least I could just like stick it back on there again and it's not like a ripped sheet of paper. Does that make sense? It's like laminated, so it's still fine and you could just stick it down again. Anyway, so then I did a whole bunch of these little multiplication charts. I had 10 big ones that I was kind of like handing out to the tables, like 1 per table kind of thing, and that didn't really help. I mean, it helped, but then not all the students get to use it at the same time. Only like 1 person at a table out of 4, and so I wanted every student to be able to use the multiplication chart, so I made a whole bunch of these little ones, and I'm going to tape these to their desks so that they have one. My co-teacher also printed some that we're going to have them glue into their composition notebooks tomorrow so that they literally have it everywhere. We're also going to do like a baseline data assessment tomorrow because they should be able to answer 100 multiplication problems, like from numbers 0 through 12 within 5 minutes, like because they should be able to have that fluency. Which I know a lot of my students are not going to, but that's okay. Our goal is to like give some kind of multiplication homework, practice multiplication even if it's only like 5 minutes a day with the do-nows and stuff, and try to get them to get their multiplication memorized, because from the past 2 years of teaching 6th grade, what I've realized is that multiplication is literally in everything that they need to know. Everything. So any unit that they need going on in the future, anything they're learning, multiplication. So I really want to like reinforce that and try to get my students to like memorize the multiplication facts. So we're probably going to do the baseline, well, it's not going to be like a baseline anymore, but we'll probably do that same multiplication assessment every single month, and hope that kids improve by us practicing multiplication all the time. I also made I Have Who Has cards. I don't know if you guys know the I Have Who Has game, but I have made those. I made those on Sunday, so we're going to use those also tomorrow as part of like our double period block, and you know, to practice more multiplication. Then I created, so we have like a volume scale in our room, but we decided to make that the expectation side, and then sometimes I don't notice when they're getting like too loud, but my co-teacher does because she gets headaches when things are too loud, and like sometimes I like the excitement of like an activity, but it's okay. So we are what we're doing is like one side, which is the volume scale, is the expectation side. So I have like a clothespin on it now, which I'm gonna glue this arrow to so that kids know like what the expectation is. And then I have the other section on the other side of that. I guess it's hard for you guys to visualize. I'll try to show you guys at some point. But then the other side of that is the current volume. So what current volume that they are currently going to be at. So if I'm teaching, instead of my co-teacher interrupting, she will just move this, which is, you know, the volume thing, and she'll just move it so that I could see and address it instead of her just like jumping in all the time. And same thing for me, for her. But it's mostly for me because after last year I just have like a higher tolerance for noise and volume. So it's not like I don't want them to be able to listen and be quiet. I do. It's just for my own sanity last year, it's just my tolerance is up. So here's number 1 volume that they should be at, which is partner work. Number 3 is class discussion. 0, like voices at 0, is silence. 4 is outside, which is never. 2 is group work, and 5 is emergency. So on the first day of school, I had them practice which each one of these sounds like, and on 5 on emergency, they would all like scream. So that was fun for them to do, and they've been pretty good with, you know, doing the volumes of silence, partner work, and group work, which is the ones we use most often. So they've been pretty good with that. And then I have one of these things that says expectation to put above the current volume scale that we have. And then I also have one little one. I don't know if I should like glue this onto this arrow, because so it says like expectation and then it points to it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I have it just in case. So I just did all of those. But guys, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm just being real. I love teaching, and at actually the beginning of the school year, like the first 2 days, first 3 days, so it was like 2 days of, no, first 2 days. So at the beginning of the school year, the first 2 days, before we even had the kids, I was like, I really don't want to go back to work. I don't know if I want to do this. Maybe I should just, you know, do crafting full time, even though I probably wouldn't make any money. Not enough to support myself, but that's not it at all. Like, I feel like I would be able to support myself just fine until I got like a house or a mortgage. Then I'd probably go bankrupt and I wouldn't be able to support myself anymore. But what I'm trying to say is, the first 2 days before the kids, I was like, I really don't know if I want to do this. But after like meeting the kids, I was like, yes, I got this. I want to do like everything, and I made like the whole classroom, and I was like preparing for the classroom. I think what was not inspiring to me though was the first 2 days where I was setting up my room, and I was originally setting it up to how I had it last year, and that was like the worst year ever. And not because of the kids, not because of the kids at all, just like my co-teaching relationship last year. So that was like the worst year ever, and I was trying to set up my room to like how it was, and I was not feeling inspired or motivated at all. Like, I was just like, I don't know if I want to do this. But then like I rearranged my room a little bit. I made myself a little teacher desk where I like could put down my laptop and stuff, and I could type in student responses as we're going over things, and they love seeing their name up on their board when they answer a question. So now I'm just like more inspired, and I'm just like constantly doing stuff for the classroom. And you guys have been seeing me all week, like I'm making name tags, I'm laminating this, I'm laminating multiplication sheets, I'm laminating like the signs, the group numbers and everything. Like literally I've been laminating and velcroing everything in my room. But now here's the other problem with this. I can't do this every single day when I get home. I have no time for myself, and I'm hoping this is just like, you know, first couple of weeks, and then it'll be done like once everything is in place, like all the systems and everything set up. And like most of the systems are in place, but we're coming up with like new ones as we go on, as I get to know my co-teacher more, and we're building our relationship. We get to know how each other work. So we're like constantly like thinking of new systems and whatever, so that's fine. And I'm just hoping it's just like the first couple of weeks, because I literally got home at 7:30 today. All I did was make these. Okay, print them, cut them the first time, laminate them, and then cut them again, okay? It takes a lot of time. It really does. And now it's 10:11. I haven't eaten anything since I got home. I'm just boiling some water to make some ramen because that's the quickest thing I can make. But I can't live like this every day. So if this continues, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I can't do this. I need to like separate teaching and personal life. Like teaching stays at work. It should stay at work. I shouldn't be coming home every single day to do teaching work until I go to bed, because that's literally what I'm doing from when I get up to when I go to bed, and I can't do that. That's not sustainable. So I'm just kind of letting out some stuff and like letting you guys know how I'm feeling right now. But again, hoping it's the first couple of weeks. On another note, I did get a super exciting package today from Aliexpress, because you guys know I love my Aliexpress orders, and not like I really have time today anymore to cut out some dies. But what I want, and I actually wanted to film a Plan With Me video for this week, which I didn't get a chance to do. Oh, my water's boiling. So I didn't even get to film a Plan With Me video this week. I kind of started planning out what my week looks like already, and I had my to-do list for today there already. But I wanted to print what I had done to then recreate it in a Plan With Me video and kind of go over like my thought process and stuff. So, because I like planning with you guys also, but at the same time I don't always have time to plan with you guys, which is why I started planning on the train today on my way home. I was like, you know what? I need to be able to plan my life, because then otherwise I don't know what I need to be doing. And in order to like prioritize tasks and make sure they get done, I need to plan also for me. So even though I didn't have time to film Plan With Me video, I still planned for me, and then I wanted to print what I had planned so then I could redo it in a Plan With Me video. And I don't know, maybe there's an easier way of doing that. Maybe I just like show you guys how I planned for the week instead of like planning with you guys. Does that make sense? Let me know if that would be something like an option I could do on my main channel, but I don't really know if people would like that necessarily. Okay, so back to my room. I did get, like I said, an awesome package from Aliexpress today. I was really excited to get these, and I actually this is funny because I was actually thinking about these particular dies last night before I went to bed, and I was like, where are those dies? Like, why haven't they come in yet? Because I really wanted to craft something for Christmas, even though I didn't have the time, and I really want to make my babe a card because he hasn't been feeling well since we got back from the cruise, and he wasn't feeling well on the cruise. He has a virus, so he's no longer ever leaving the country because he got sick, and he's been sick for over a week now. It's been like a week and a half, and every single day he's had a fever, which is like the worst feeling in the world if you guys have had a fever ever before, or even for that long. So he's like, I'm never leaving the country again. He's super afraid of that. So if you guys have any ideas of how I could talk to my boyfriend for our next vacation, let me know. I've been sick too, but like I haven't had the fever, and I wish, I'm sorry, I have so much to say that I'm going off tangents, but I wish that I would have gotten his sickness and him maybe mine, because all I had was like my throat hurting, a cough, a runny nose, and my voice is still a little off, but I don't have like the runny nose anymore, and I'm not coughing as much anymore, and I don't have the runny nose anymore. But he's had the fever, which is the worst part of it, and I didn't have that at all. I almost had a fever one day, but it wasn't high enough to even call it a fever. It was 99.7. It's normally anything like 100, I think, and over, or even like 100.4 and over that you would call a fever. So I really haven't had that, and that was just one day, but he's been having like 102 every single day, which is not fun at all. And I wish I could do more for him, but I can't do anything. And he went to a doctor, he went to urgent care, and he went to his primary care doctor, and they just said you kind of just have to get through it. Like, they can't really do anything. You take ibuprofen or Advil, something to lower your temperature in the moment, but it's only temporary. So yeah, I've been feeling absolutely terrible, and I wish that it were me dealing with the fever, not my boyfriend, so that he wouldn't say to never go outside of the country ever again, because I like my vacations, and being a teacher, I need my vacations. I need to be able to go somewhere and just like take off and relax for like a week during that time. Like, teaching is hard, it's not an easy job, and I just need to be able to go on vacation. Anyway, so moving on, the dies that I got, here are the ones that I was dreaming about, which are these candy cane dies. I will try to have a link down below. I don't have anything cut out. I haven't had time to cut it out. I want to do that soon. But these candy cane dies, and they also create a shaker, which is so cute. So I really was looking forward to those. And also these are little like deer, and they're great if you want to create like a scene or something. And I created something in my shaker, one of my Christmas shakers I created. So I know this is upside down, but you guys see behind here, I created some kind of a scene. You have some deer and Christmas tree, but this was part of like a bigger die that said Merry Christmas and everything. I just happened to cut out the rest. So this is gonna make my life so much easier, because it's literally just like the deer and some grass and stuff, and it has like some nice layering pieces, because then you also have this deer on the back. So it's two dies. So it's two dies, and I could just like layer things. So that was another one that came in. And then here is another, which is an ornament, and I think it's so cute. I think with this one, I could also create a shaker, I think. Is there 3 pieces in here or 2? So you would need, okay, so you would need a base piece. There is no like base, which would be the outline. This is like an outline piece, which is actually great because you could use that for the foam. Oh, there is a base piece. You separate this. You could separate these two. You separate this one to create the base. You put it back together. You create the front. This would create the shaker piece, and you could cut the foam out with this piece. So that is exciting. I could totally make a shaker with that ornament. And then I also just got like a gigantic package from Alina Craft or Alina Cuddle. She goes by both names. I'm not really sure which one's which. Gigantic package. I got so many dies apparently. I didn't realize I ordered so many from her store. But I got this little witch hat and a tree, like a spooky tree. This little witch as well. This half spider kind of thing, which I think is meant to be like a bag topper, but I'm not going to use it as a bag topper at all. These little seashell sequins, I got pink and I got yellow. This, I don't even know what this is. What is this? It's so hard to tell sometimes. Oh, okay. This is like a little Rudolph, I think, or some kind of Christmassy animal, and it's supposed to look like it's on top of like something, like holding like a little note card or something. So I don't know. You guys would have to see like the photo in the store. Okay, but let me go check on my soup and I'll be right back to continue this. Okay, back to my little haul. I'm showing you guys all the other stuff I got. So these guys are little sequins for Easter. They're little like bunnies. So I got a pink one. I got some Easter colors. Pink, a purple, and I got a yellow. Is this even bunnies? Yes, this is. Okay. So I thought those go together for Easter. So I got those 3. I got this Halloween die. It's like a nice border kind of thing. I got some more of these seashell things. I know summer's over, but I could still use them next year, and they're super cute, like sequins. I got these little guys for decorating flowers or whatever. So I got some of those. And this one is like oh, this is a gift. I literally just got one of these from another store that I actually ordered. Hold on. So this creates like a little flap kind of like that you could open, but I literally just got one. Yeah, here's the one I just got. Look at that. I mean, this one is cuter. I like the stitching around here, and I like this little top piece compared to this. But yeah, I guess I have 2 of these now. I'm gonna be showing you guys like all of these, like what they look like, and hopefully with some projects that I get to create when I do a haul video. But I'm gonna do like a more in-depth haul video on my main channel at some point, hopefully, when I get around to this. Anyway, I also got this, which is like a nice haunted house. And I love it. I saw people like use this little top piece for a pumpkin, which is another new die that I got, but this one is from Michaels. And I saw somebody use this top to create like a little nice pumpkin pumpkin top, which I thought was super creative. And I now have both of those dies that that person used. So I forgot who showed that, but that was like a great idea. Then I also got this die, and it just says Dad, and it has some ties. I thought, you know, like sometimes you just need a tie on a card, so I could always just cut out all of them or just one of these and cut it out and add it to a card. I like that it says Dad, and I like the little lines in it. You know, I don't have a lot of like dad stuff, so I thought I would get that. And then this is like one whole plate that cuts out all of these little pieces. So I'm literally just going to take one of my black scrap pieces of paper, and I get to cut out a whole bunch of these all at once, so that's great. I mean, I guess some of these should be like orange and stuff, so I don't really know why it's all on one thing, but I think black is probably my best bet, even if I'm creating a black pumpkin. I guess everything else could be black. I mean, that could probably be brown, but most stuff is black. This, I don't know, is this holly or mistletoe, but I thought this would be nice crafting for Christmas. And then I got this giant seashell, and I don't think you could create a shaker out of this. Oh, actually, I think you can. I think this background piece is the base. It's gigantic though. So this would be like a standalone card. I was thinking if you only cut out like half of this and make it like a standalone card, that would be cute. Or even turn this into like a little bag. I don't know if that makes sense. Like a little, I don't know, like pocket kind of thing. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, so I am excited to cut all of these out and show you guys in another video. I don't know if I'll get to create like a whole bunch of projects with all these to also show in the video, but at least I could cut them out and like show you guys. So I do love everything I got from Lina Craft. And no guys, I am not working with any of these companies or anything. I just love their stuff, and I watch a lot of other crafty people that are part of the design team, and I'm like, oh, I need that die, so I just keep ordering stuff. I will have links down below in case you guys want to order any of this stuff as well, but I wish they would put me on their design team. I mean, like, yes and no. Like, yes, I do wish, like, I love the crafty stuff, but at the same time, no, I don't wish, because I don't want to feel obligated to have to craft, you know? Like, the whole point of me loving to craft is because I get to do it whenever I can. It's stress relieving to me. But then you add the design, if I were on a design team, you add that to the mix, and now I have to film videos, and then that's just going to cause me more stress. So I guess I'm kind of glad that I'm not part of the design team, and this stuff isn't that expensive. I mean, I do spend a lot of money on Aliexpress, and I buy way too much, but that's because I'm a crazy crafter. I don't know, maybe it's better to just like spend the money than feel stressed in having to make something, if that makes sense. Okay, anyway, 10:30 now. My soup is ready. I think it might be cooled down enough for me to eat it. I have to go. I'm sorry this vlog was a whole long rant, but I hope you guys enjoyed the little haul that I had included in here, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow and see you guys in my next video. Bye!